Hi everybody and welcome to Blarney Castle and Gardens and this week's little video. I just wanted to start with our Rhododendron Arboreum again. I'll probably be showing you this again yet because it's so amazing, but the rhododendrons are coming into flower now and the Arboreum is one of the first in our gardens, and as Paul moves backwards you'll see this is a monster, and this time of year it's a showstopper, and you can see why. Just masses of the red flowers coming out, and it's staggered as well. There's still some in bud, still opening up, so it's not all at once. It kind of staggers over a few weeks, and as long as we don't get any hard frosts, this will be holding for a good while. So a great display, and just something I wanted to really share with you as an update, because the last time I showed you it was just coming into flower. So the variety is Rhododendron Arboreum Cornish Red, and it probably dates from the 1880s when the mansion was built. But anyway, enough of that. Something a little different this week. We had a couple of people sending in questions about the horses, so we thought we'd better start to introduce you to some of the animals around the estate. So this week Caroline's going to talk a little bit about a couple of the horses, and then we've some news from the farm as well. I think we'll head over to Caroline first anyway, and she can give you a little backstory perhaps on a couple of the horses in the fields. So we'll see you in a minute.
Oh, hello. So these are the two eventers that we've got on the estate. This one I bought, we call it the wedding present, because I didn't tell Charles, but I was desperate to go and buy another horse, because in case she went lame. And I sneaked off one day, and Charles said to me, what time shall we meet for lunch? And I thought, God, no. I said, I'm in Wexford, but I didn't tell him. I said, oh, I'm running a bit late. And then he rang at dinner time and he said, what time shall we have dinner? And I said, oh, you just crack on ahead. And I didn't get back in until 1 o'clock in the morning. And it was a really frosty reception. So I decided not to say anything. Anyway, the next day we were chatting away and it was all right again. And I said, actually, yesterday I went to go and have a look at horses, and I'm afraid I've bought one. I said, but don't worry. And he's, I'm paying for it. And he said, oh, I've been looking for a wedding present, so this is Pepper. So we call her the wedding present. So she's a foreign horse. We've never had a foreign horse before. And Shang Coleman events her. She's done very, very well. She's won 2, come second once and fifth once. She's never had a show jumping foalt or a cross country foalt. She does dressage very nicely, and we're delighted with her. And Acacia is homebred. She's the other mare. She's out of our Irish draft mare, the chestnut mare on the estate. So she's been born here. She's spent all her life here. She's competed at 2-star eventing, and she's half Irish draft, half thoroughbred, and she's the apple of my eye. And tomorrow they're going to go back to Shang Coleman's, who lives near Mallow, and starting to get fit and get ready to compete again over the summer. So we're very excited about that, and hopefully, they'll go well for her. So that's the two, and of course we've got her mother here, and actually she's got her half sister here. So she's now 8 years old. This one is 6 years old. So they change their age on January the 1st of every year, regardless of when they were born. But anyway, so we're looking forward to tomorrow. Okay. There. And they're best friends, as you can see, which is nice because it makes it easy to turn them out together. So there they are. Okay, so that's them. So you had a bit of a surprise yesterday, James.
Yeah, yesterday afternoon we had twins born. Wasn't expected. She wasn't scanned for 2, but a pleasant surprise all the same. Everything was okay. We have a boy and a girl calf. So, as I say, we're about 3/4 ways through calving, so we're not as busy, only maybe 1 or 2 cows a day calving, and we're getting ready to let the older cows and calves out to grass as the spring is starting to kick in and grass is starting to grow. So hopefully these pair will be get out in a week or 10 days time as well.
Yeah, and the thing is with a bull calf and a heifer calf is that the heifer calf is actually infertile. They're called free martins. For some extraordinary reason, they're incapable of breeding. Whereas if we'd had 2 females, they'd have been more right, and 2 bulls are perfectly all right. But a heifer calf is from a bull calf is infertile. I think that they're not born with any ovaries. Is that right?
Something, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that we're delighted with them. So, James, when do you think they're going to start lambing?
Hopefully we'll have lambs in a week or 10 days time. The ram was let out on the 10th of October, and the gestation is 147 days for sheep. So hopefully the 10th of March we'll have lambs.
Yeah, and how many first timers do you reckon we've got?
There's 10 first timers, and they're all carrying singles, but we have 3 sheep there that are scanned carrying 3 lambs, which is kind of, I won't say unusual for sheep, but it is not the norm.
And difficult because they've only got 2 teats.
That's right. So
so they're a bit short of supply.
More than likely we'll end up with a pet lamb, and sometimes if we have a single the same day or whatever, we can adopt one of the triplets onto the singles. All the sheep are scanned, so we know exactly how many lambs each sheep is going to have. We have some pedigree Shropshires. Half the flock is pedigree Shropshires, and the other half are Texel and Charolais Cross.
The hairy ones, the ones with hair all over their face, they're the Shropshires. And then the others are a mixture. So you can see them. I rather like the Shropshires. But they're much bigger sheep, and I don't know how commercial they are. What do you think, James?
They wouldn't be very popular in this part of the world as commercial stock, but they are getting more popular, we'll say, with farmers that have forestry and whatever. These sheep can be grazed. They're kind of low maintenance sheep, and they can graze in forestry and rougher ground compared to more commercial breeds.
Yeah, but yeah, and apparently the Shropshires, they don't eat bark on trees, so they can be quite popular for people in little orchards and stuff like that. Anyway, we like them. Don't know whether James is quite so sure.
No, I have no problem. Yeah.
Anyway, we're registering the Shropshires as pedigrees, and we've joined the Shropshire Society, which is a bit of a tongue twister. Anyway, hopefully we'll get to grips with all that. I'm leaving it all to James, actually. Much better idea.
And I just want to finish this week by showing you our new plant sales area. We were getting a lot of requests from people for plants from the gardens. So over the last few months we've started to propagate our own plants, and we've a small range at the moment which is going to expand as the season goes on. But many of the plants that are on the stall will have come from or be plants that you can find within the grounds and gardens. And there's generally a little bit of an information section with each one, so we're not buying blind. You actually have an idea what you're getting, and it helps people to plan, of course. So if you are visiting, keep your eyes open, and as the season goes on we'll be expanding and adding to this. At the moment it's very much in its infancy, but hopefully it'll prove a success, because it's always great to bring something home with you from the gardens. So that's it for this week, and hope you enjoyed that. Again, there's always something new going on, and we'll keep it going over the weeks, and hopefully we'll see some of you in here. So thanks a lot.